Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be doing a VOD review over our first game of the Pokemon Master number 10 tournament that we played yesterday. We unfortunately got knocked out in the losers bracket about a round sooner than we would have liked. At minimum, I think we tied for 13th place, and we're just trying to get better, and we're making some changes. I think I'm going to be playing in the jungle role from now on, and yeah, just always pushing for improvement. But as you can tell by the title, I did Jungle Wigglytuff. Let's take a look. Alright, so we're going to jump into it, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this, but also just like VOD review the game in general. It was a pretty clean game, and so our team composition is Jungle Wiggly, Snorlax Tank, Eldegoss Supporter, Attacker Pikachu, and top lane Solo Lucario. We're trying out a couple things. Mainly, I'm trying playing more tanks in the jungle. This isn't something that is 100% set, and I'm still working on the idea behind it, but to get you guys into the headspace, I think that the game is incredibly bursty, and I think that, you know, potentially bringing like a second tank or, you know, someone like Wiggly, like a, you know, really tanky supporter to the table could be very interesting. Now, I don't want to listen to my own voice, so I'm going to have this one muted, but we are going to just go ahead and pay attention to it, and I'm going to give my thought process behind it. So this is actually the first time we've played it in like a competitive setting, but I've been thinking about doing this for a little bit, and I do like it quite a bit. I've been playing around with Wiggly Jungle and Blastoise Jungle quite a bit, like a lot actually, and I like both. I think that Blastoise in jungle is incredibly strong. Of course, I'm going to go Sing here, and my build is Aeos Cookie, Score Shield, and Buddy Barrier. So I don't really need the Focus Band, so I had a couple of options for what I wanted to put in that slot. I threw an Aeos Cookie on there. I was thinking about running the Assault Vest, but I'm not sure if that would be the right play considering it's blind picked and you just don't really know what team composition you're going up against. But yeah, so I'm leaving my bottom crab because I don't need it. I can give it to my laners. I can get levels and experience on this character incredibly easy, and then I can show up to lane. I also get my Unite move at level 8, so Wiggly in jungle coming in with the sleeps. It's not bad. It's pretty good. So we're hanging out waiting for 850 Bs, the usual for a jungle kind of gank. Turn on the Sing, you know, he comes in, we get the majority of that, if not all of it. And then, yeah, we do, you know, jungle and top lane things. I don't want to let them turn in here, so since I see them being a little aggressive, I'm like trying to find a way to sleep them. Coco's on his way back, and I think we turn this into kills, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. Maybe we just walk away. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember, but nonetheless, you know, the the Jungle Wiggly, it's not like bad at jungle. The question always came from like, why should you do it? And I think the reason why I wanted to try doing it was because I think we could min-max a little bit of farm around the map, because I'm playing a jungler that gets Unite move at level 9 or level 8 and not 9. And this character provides an insane Unite move for the team later in the team fights and crazy CC to the table. So the question really is like, can we get ahead and do we have enough damage? And then the question is, you know, is this the right tank pick? Or I'll call it a tank, but I think most people understand that Wiggly is like mostly a tank. Is this the right pick if, you know, you want to play that kind of a jungler? So that's what I've been going back and forth on in terms of like which tanky jungler I do want to play. But I do like the Wigglytuff. I'll definitely put a little bit more time on it. I think Blastoise might be the better pick right now. But you can see that we're rotating top at around the 730 mark, or, you know, near this mark. We do go for our what we call anti-zap, Church of Rotom, whatever we call it these days. Our Rotom strategy. So we want to be in the top lane, we want to kill these bees, and then we want to dive out this tower if we can. So that's what we're looking to do. So we get our push. I probably should be a little bit more like particular with my sing. I feel like I wasn't singing very well, but we get that one kill. The objectives are coming up in 5 seconds, so we trade a lot of turn in with them, and we are just looking to take the Rotom. So we're still working on this strategy. Like we've been playing it for a while now, but we're still working on this strategy and trying to find the best way to do it. I have a couple ideas that I probably won't talk about just yet on how we're gonna maybe change it or improve it or just like min-max it a little bit more, but there's some testing required. Because the thing about this strategy is it requires like min-maxing your energy really well. Like you have to like make sure you're putting your energy in the right places so you can get these goals down. But at the same time, I don't want to be sacrificing turning in other places of the game to do so. So we'll see how it pans out. There's like second Rotom is mostly where there's a lot of wiggle room for what we want to do. As for now, we get that top goal. We usually try to rip through their jungle. What we even call it, ripping through their jungle. Take as much as we can, and then continue to like push and get out of there. So we want to start splitting. You can see I'm farming my way toward top lane. I want to cover top lane. 6:04 on the clock, so 550 bees will be coming up soon. So you want to find a way to contest those. And the reason why we killed the bees before diving that tower is because we want to have the bee respawn position in the center here. So 2 seconds, you'll see these bees are going to respawn here. And now I can contest these bees. My teammates are in the bottom lane contesting bees. I don't want to give up this turn in though, so you're going to see me like abandon the bees just for a second, just to put a little bit of pressure. And then, you know, go back to fighting the bees. So, which I think I lose most of them, but it's fine. So Coco comes in top lane, finds himself an elimination on the Charizard. We're just chilling up here. We're spanning the map. We've got, you know, one character in the jungle. I don't really need jungle buffs at this point. Like now I'm like a supporter tank on the team. So it doesn't really matter what I do per se. Like in terms of like min-maxing farm and stuff. Like I've got my Unite move, I'm good. I don't really need to push for levels or anything. So I just want my like Lucario and Pikachu to be as strong as possible. And I want to make sure that my other teammates are getting experience. So you see me like leaving that crab low, like I'll leave that for like Giggs or Lush or whoever. We have a huge lead, so the 5-minute call out is up, and now we have 6 seconds left on the Rotom. We're just kind of looking around. I'm looking, you can see what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at our energy. I'm trying to see how much energy we have, if we have enough. Now, they're contesting this. So this one's interesting because we probably just want to take a fight, but we also need the Rotom to die here. Like we need it to die. So we go for an engage, we go for the fight. I make sure to pop a Unite move so that way we can really win this fight and we get an insta couple of kills. At this point, we're just trying to get the kill because we need the kill for the timer, not necessarily that we don't necessarily need this Rotom, but we do need the Rotom to not be on the map, if that makes sense, so that way it'll respawn. So Rotom's pushing now, and what we usually like to do here, because there's really no reason to push top lane on this second Rotom, is we will work our way toward bottom lane and find some kind of turn in. We've been, like I said, I'm still messing around with the energy of this strategy because it's really particular trying to have enough energy to do what we want to do. So we've been like min-maxing and trying to put a lot of energy into the right places, and that's still one of those things that I'm figuring out. It's like, how much energy can you actually expend? If you don't, what happens? What does it look like when you let yourself fall behind? If you haven't been spending energy just like normal, because like normal play, you never really think about it. You just dunk everything you have, right? So still figuring out the little ins and outs of the strategy, but 3.5 minutes remaining, which means there'll be like one set of objectives left. I think including the Dreadnought. Maybe there's another Dreadnought. I wasn't paying attention whenever it died, and then of course the final 2 minutes for Zapdos. So we're farming up. I'm trying to get my Unite move back. We've got 3 Unite moves I can see on the UI for my teammates. And we're just waiting, you know? This is that patient lull of the game. You don't want to be overextending here. You don't want to be doing anything too crazy. You just want to be working together, farming. You see, I'm being patient. I'm sitting here watching my goal. Like, I don't have to do anything at all. We just want to make sure that we're being patient. If we really wanted, we could try to maybe siege one of their goals in this period of time, but it's a little risky. All right, 30 seconds on the clock at 2:57, which means there's a nice healthy window of about 27 seconds for the Rotom to spawn, and that also means that there is a tiny window for, or not even a tiny window, just a window for the Dreadnought as well. But we want this Rotom. That's the Rotom strategy that we're looking for. We don't have the best energy in the world. Like I can see we have 40, I'm at 19, we have 39, and then like 6, and then whatever Coco has 29 or 28, so it's not that bad. Our energy is pretty good. We want to try to get in this if we can. This is a fight that we do want to take, and at 2:22, this is near ult radius or near ult position. Charizard's really kind of caught out of position. I just dived the back line, put some players to sleep. I'm going to step in here and probably ult here in a second, I would anticipate, but it actually, you know, the fight's just going so cleanly, so I don't even need to do that. So we really want to try to focus this if we can, kill this if we can. Boom, we get it. Nice. A little bit flippy, but you know, it's just how it is. The reality is that we're still in the lead regardless. Yeah, so like even if we didn't get this, we would just deal with it, but it's definitely better to get it than to not. So we have good energy now. This is our siege. We are a little low, but we can heal up, and we're ringing the edge because we don't want to get landed on because of their jump pads. You can see that we're kind of staying away from the middle of the lane. We're on our way in. We have 2 Unite moves, and boom, right here, I'm going to go ahead and give us some big shields. And we want to start pushing, being aggressive, and trying to wipe them out because they did get the Zapdos. So they sent some teammates to get Zapdos. We have to get this in now. So 1 down, 2 down, we get the 3rd. It's in. Boom, 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 boom. We all score. That's the strategy right there. And then we will just go back and deny as much as possible. The reality is that if you have a point lead and you score like 3-4's worth of people's worth of points in, whether they're full 50s or not, and they get Zapdos and they score, you know, 3-4, even 5 people's worth of points in, you just beat them because, you know, we had the point lead and then we did the same thing as them essentially, assuming we had enough energy. So they only scored like 2 people's worth though, because they did it with 2 people and then they went and scored. So we know we have a lead, and now we defend for the win. So I'm mostly curious what you guys think about the Wiggly jungle. I know this is something that's probably not on a lot of people's radars, or just tank junglers in general. I am always going to be the type of person that tries to find what I think works. And, you know, double tank compositions I think are something that have not been really explored in this game, and I definitely think that they're viable. They're interesting though. I think that they're viable, but it's very interesting. So we'll see what my overall opinion is. You know, as we continue to play more. Like I said, Wiggly, Blastoise are the ones that are standing out to me. I really like Slowbro, Mr. Mime. I just gotta find it, you know. I gotta find what I'm thinking. Gotta find the little nuance to our strategies and find ways to min-max a little bit more. So as always, friends, like I said, drop me a comment. If you're new to the channel, definitely drop a like and subscribe to the channel. More Pokemon Unite content all the time. We'll be doing VOD reviews, gameplays, memes, silly things, all this kinds of stuff. So as always, friends, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone that you love them. I'll see you on the next video.